Hello there, and welcome to another GamingStooges Talks. It's been
Hi.
quite a while since we've done one.
Yeah, it's
Or it hasn't been that long at all, depending on the state of the
Depending
world.
on, depending on the
who knows.
depending on the happenings of the GamingStooges. So today we have a little discussion video to celebrate Sonic's 30th anniversary, and we decided a little while back we had done for his anniversary the 3D games ranked. This time we decided we're going to do the 2D games. Yay!
Yay!
There's
Yay.
a lot of them, and I'm going to mention now, we did not actually do every single one. We excluded the Sonic Boom games because they are not listed on the Wikipedia page, since they are not part of the main platformers. They're considered spin-offs to a point where they're so spun off they're not even on that page. We also didn't include Knuckles' Chaotix, mostly because none of us really have played it, and it's also, I don't know. And we also, the last one that we didn't include was Sonic Pocket Adventure, which is
Also, none of us have played.
None of us have played, and also it is mostly there's some games on here that do this as well, but it is an unabashed just mishmash of existing levels and existing assets from previous Sonic games, just kind of thrown onto a Game Boy level piece of hardware. So we didn't really get the chance to play it, and it's considered good, but you're not missing too much. We have huge list though, 19 games on this list, and Justin unfortunately could not be here with us, but Jack, Landon, and I, we ranked all of ours individually like we usually do when we do these collective lists. We compiled them together, and I gave them point values before any lists were submitted to me, and totaled everything up, and it worked out perfectly well that no games on here have the same point total, interestingly enough. So we're just going to start, and how this is going to work is I'm going to mention the game, the amount of points that it got in total, and then I'm going to mention who placed it where, and then we're going to actually discuss the game in that order. So if Jack, me, and Landon put it in that order, then that's the order that we're going to talk. Starting off in dead last, with only 3 points, which was the minimum possible amount of points you could have possibly gotten, was Sonic Blast for the Game Gear. And
Congratulations!
all of us put it in dead last. It's 19th, obviously, on all of our lists.
It's the only consistent entry. Have fun.
Yes. Yeah, it is the only entry that, some of them we share, two of us share the entry. This is the only game on the entire list that all three of us put in the exact same spot. Jack, start us off. What would you like to say about Sonic Blast?
Why am I starting off? I've never played this game.
Because if we tied, it defaulted to our normal order of you, me, Justin, Landon, which obviously Justin's not here, so he doesn't apply. So,
Alright.
since we all put it
uh,
tied, you start.
I put it in last because those two say it's bad. I haven't played... There's quite a few games on this list that I actually haven't played on, the last list, where the only game I hadn't played was Forces. And, but those two say it's bad a lot. I watched the LP for it. It looked not good. Sure.
I put it in last because, while I don't think it is a terrible game, it is definitely the worst out of every single other game here. And my main issues with it is that none of the levels have memorable level design. They all look incredibly bland. The collision detection, it's already not great across any of the Game Gear games, but oh my god, it is horrible in this game. And another thing with a lot of the 8-bit games is if you're not playing on the Master System, there's a really bad scope that you can actually see things on screen. And if you play on a Game Gear, it's still at least tolerable for some of the games. It is so bad in freaking Sonic Blast. I can't see where I'm going most of the time, to be honest with you, and I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but that's mainly it. But it's still pretty fun. all things considered, it sucks at doing everything that you're supposed to do as a Sonic game that all these other games just happen to do better. Landon, how do you feel about Sonic Blast?
The only redeeming quality of this game, Knuckles is in it.
I was going to say,
end of discussion.
You can play as Knuckles. All right,
You can play
moving
as
on.
Knuckles.
Moving on, then. In 18th place, with 5 points, we have Sonic 4 Episode 1, which I put it in 17th, as did Landon, and Jack put it in 18th. So I will start. So how do I feel about Sonic 1? I think it's a very unfortunate game.
Sonic 1?
Or Sonic 4 Episode 1. God damn it! I'm
How
already
do you
messing.
feel about Sonic 1?
We'll get there. We're not there yet. Sonic 4 Episode 1. I think it's an unfortunate game. They hyped it up. I mean, they gave it the number 4. And it doesn't control quite well. And it's discovered that the game first, like, it was pretty much made for like mobile devices before then being moved to consoles, and it doesn't control that well because of it. The physics are weird. Like, there's points where you can literally just stand sideways on a wall, and it makes no sense. And it also heavily, and I mean heavily, rips off of the games that it's trying to follow up on. All 4 are the main zones, and there's only 4. So it is not a long game. It is an incredibly short game. The 4 zones, technically 5, I guess. But the main zones, they're all basically just rehashes of existing zones. Splash Hill is a blatant rip of like Emerald Hill. God, I don't even remember the one that comes directly after. I know that I don't remember the order, but I know.
The casino one.
The casino one is literally Casino Night.
Yeah.
The Labyrinth one, Lost Labyrinth or whatever, literally just Labyrinth Zone. And Mad Gear is, I'll admit, it's actually a funner version of Metropolis Zone because the enemy placement doesn't suck dick. But it's literally just Metropolis Zone. So, like, if you've played the old Sonic games, what's the fucking point?
To
But anyway.
play it with fancier graphics.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, that's why I don't really care for Sonic 4 Episode 1. It's alright. It's got some good music. If it weren't for the fact that some of it loops after like 10 seconds. But that's how I feel about it. Landon, you also put it in 17th, so how do you feel about it?
Oh god. Oh no. This feels weird.
I know. You're talking second.
Okay. Sonic 4 Episode 1 exists as a video game.
And you can play it.
And, well, we're getting to a point where you can't play it. We're almost there, folks. We're almost to that pinnacle of existence where this game doesn't actually exist anymore, because it's a digital-only title. One day we could live in a world where it existed, and that's it.
And it no longer does.
Yeah. It's fine. I can stomach the game in very small bits. How's that sound? Does that sound... You know what? It probably would play better on the Ouya. You know, let's be real. It probably would play better. Or a BlackBerry tablet. So, I haven't tried it on those, so I don't know if
Which you can technically play it on.
Yeah, I don't know if I could give this game my full opinion until I experience it on a BlackBerry tablet. So, it exists for now, and it's... pass. Alright.
Jack, your thoughts. You put it in...
I'll give the game this. Of all of the Sonic games that I've played, this is definitely one of them.
You did play it. We have video proof.
It is a
I
Sonic
LP'd
game.
it even. This game just it's not bad. It functions as a video game, and it plays, but it's just like God, probably the single most mediocre, middle-of-the-road Sonic game in the entire series.
And that's kind of hard.
Just,
That's kind of hard to do for a 2D game.
yeah, it's really not good. It's not bad, but it's really not good. Like, the physics are really weird. Like, Sonic is, like, oddly stiff and has just weird,
Momentum.
like, weird momentum that just doesn't feel natural. It's super easy. You can get, like, 1 billion lives in the casino level. I forget its actual name. I just keep wanting to call it Casino Night, but, I don't know. It's so whatever. This game makes me feel nothing.
All right.
That's it. I'm done. I got nothing else.
So we're going to move on to number 17, which is Sonic the Hedgehog 8-bit. So Sonic the Hedgehog game for the Sega Master System and Game Gear. It had a total of 8 points, and Jack put it in 16th. I put it in 18th, below Sonic 4, and Landon put it in 14th. So Landon is actually going to start talking about this game.
Why are you doing this to me? Why do I have to go first?
Because you put it highest on the list.
Well, if I knew this was if that was a thing, everything would be 19th out of 20 or whatever.
except for Triple Trouble.
Except for Triple Trouble.
And even then, I'd be like, no, Jack can go first.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, Sonic 4 Episode 1. Wait. No, Sonic the Hedgehog 8-bit is in fact a video game that you could play on the Sega Master System in the United States.
Cool.
Yeah. That is a sentence. I cannot say that about anything else for the 8-bit games, but that one you could play on the Master System in the United States. It is definitely, it is different from Episode 1, but you can see where they're like, let's just take... I said Episode 1 about the first game, the 16-bit. But they're just like, alright, let's take the themes of everything, and then let's squish it down. But let's also add a bridge. That'll be a fun zone. And if you are playing specifically the Game Gear version, God help you. If you're playing the Master System version, well, still God help you, but at least you can see things. But the game is also hard. It is not for the babies of this world, because I know the bosses hate you and don't give you any rings at all during their stage. But it's fine. I played it once for the channel, and that's probably about it. There's no reason to ever replay it. Don't at me. Or do. I don't know. I don't know, man. Alright, someone else.
It was you who put it higher than I did, so you're next.
This game's okay. I would play this over Sonic 4 Episode 1, I'll say that. It's almost never my first choice for a 2D Sonic game, but if you put Sonic 1 8-bit in front of me and said, play this game, and I'll be like, alright. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It's it's hard, and that's kind of why I don't go back to it super often, but it's alright.
So I put it pretty low. I put it second to last. In fact, I think I might have actually slightly messed up the point totals on this one. I know that it's still 17. But the reason I put it second to last is because whereas I at least enjoy Sonic 4 Episode 1 in some form, because I like the level design of Mad Gear. I like the music for the most part of the game. My problem with Sonic 1 8-bit is that half the game just feels the same across all the levels. You have Green Hill, Jungle, or you have Green Hill Bridge, then Jungle, and I swear they all just bleed together. It feels weird, and then plus the levels can feel a little confusing. Like, it's clear that this was their first attempt at a game that would not only be like at like a lower graphical fidelity, but it was also going to be on a portable system. So like they tried. They tried. It's fun, but it's not well polished, and like I said, like half the game just kind of feels like it bleeds together, and then the second half, well, it doesn't all bleed together, but like Scrap Brain comes fifth, right? And isn't there like another one that's kind of like Scrap Brain but isn't, that comes after it?
There's like a Skybase or whatever
yeah,
it's called.
Skybase. Literally forgot the name because it just looks like it's just an extension of Scrap Brain Zone. And then, I mean, I know this is a running problem with a couple of the early 8-bit Sonic games, but I don't like the fact that the boss levels, which are just the boss, they don't give you the chance to get any rings before you fight them. And it's really annoying. And the bosses are not that fun. They do better job with other games in the series with the bosses, especially even on the Game Gear. So yeah, that's why I put it so low. I feel like there's just everything that Sonic 1 8-bit does, it is done so much better pretty much everywhere else. But moving on, we got in 16th place with 10 points, I believe. Yeah, 10 points. Is Sonic 4 Episode 2. And it was 13th on Jack's list, it was 16th on my list, and it was 13th on Landon's list. So, Jack is going to be the one that starts talking about it.
So, unlike Sonic 4 Episode 1, where I feel nothing, and this is very whatever, I actually kind of like Sonic 4 Episode 2. It's like, you could tell they were trying. Like, it doesn't feel like, something that was made for mobile devices. Probably because they actually, tried to make it a console game, like, from the get-go. I don't know. I mean, like, the level aesthetics are fun, even if they're not super original. The level design is better. It controls marginally better. It's not, like, amazing, and it's still definitely not, like, quite the flow and momentum of the classic games, but it's alright. You can play as Tails.
You can play as Tails.
Yeah, it's alright. It's pretty good.
Landon.
It's
your turn to talk about
Sonic 4 Episode 2 is also a game that exists out there in the world for now, I suppose. It's fine. It's definitely more creative than the first go around. And fuck the last Chaos Emerald. Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't gotten that last Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, same. There's the ice level. The first level is fine. The team power-up stuff is neat. That's about it.
You can 69 and crash through walls.
Basically, you can do that in the real world too, but you might get a head injury or something.
Yeah, but now you can do it in a video game.
Ooh, okay, you sold me. Never mind, put it at the top. Rearrange the entire list.
Alright.
That's all I got.
Were you all set?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Sonic 4 Episode 2. I played this game. It is a game that exists.
You LP'd it, even.
Yeah, with Justin. And it's pretty fun, but at the same time, it also... Like, the level design, it's better, but the set pieces and everything else, like, if it weren't for the fact that the level aesthetics and themes are definitely more unique than Sonic 4 Episode 1's, I would still completely forget about pretty much every level in this game. I know that there's one that is like Oil Ocean, but at sunset. There's a level that's like sort of like a mixture of wow, I don't even remember the fucking...
The circus minecart level? Is that what you're thinking of?
There's the circus level, the God, the one where they're in the fucking ship. Sky Fortress? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one. Oh yeah, I hated the boss, or there was like a segment of that, one of the levels of that zone that I fucking hated. I hated that. The first zone being like a ruins level, that's actually pretty neat. I like that. Multiplayer is good. I mean, obviously me and Justin LP'd it, so we enjoyed that. But yeah, like I said, I think my main issue with this game is that it does Sonic 4 better, but it is still just as forgettable.
This game, before we move on, this game does get docked points for the music in Oil Desert Act 2. If anyone else remembers that.
I don't
The
remember.
ducks.
Oh my god.
The dying ducks.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. I forgot about
Yep.
Alright. So, moving on, the next game on our list, in 15th place, with only 1 point more than Sonic 4 Episode 2, is Sonic Chaos, which is another 8-bit game. Sonic Chaos, which is also known as Sonic and Tails. I put this actually highest on my list. I put it in 9th.
What the fuck, Cloud?
that. What are you, drunk?
I'll get there.
He's mad with power. Remove him.
But yeah, Jack put it in 17th, I put it in 9th, and Landon put it in 16th. So why did I put it so... Like, if it were for the fact that I put it so high, I'm pretty sure that this would have dropped well below frickin' Sonic 4 Episode 2. Why did I put this so high on my list? Well, I know that these two may not have liked it, but I really appreciate the level aesthetics and level themes of Sonic Chaos. I think that they're really kooky and weird, and I like that. Like, the second level just takes place in a weird fucking bouncy starlit... I don't fucking know why they did it, but I like it. And then I like the fact that the bosses aren't Dr. Robotnik / Eggman, but they're these, like, basically, like, these souped up enemies that, like, you would see them as, like, henchmen of Robotnik / Eggman, but, like, they're just, like, there's a fucking zone where, like, you bounce around on these catapult, or these, springs, and the springs can, can attach to you, and you can, like, continue bouncing on them, or whatever, and then, like, the boss is, like, this, like, fucking turtle with a spring on its back that, like, there's little enemies that do that, and then there's one that's, like, flying in the air, and you have to use the turtles.
That's
the
Triple
turtle springs.
Trouble.
That's Triple Trouble?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the first boss of Triple Trouble.
Wow. I'm mixing my games up. The 8-bit games piss me off, because they all blend together like that. Wow. Well, which is the other one that I like? I know I like the first level being, God, I hate Game Gear games.
Don't say that around Landon.
He's gonna stab me. No, but I did like the second zone. When I replayed it, I didn't get far enough, because I played it quite a bit way years back, but I didn't play it too far in recently enough. I don't exactly remember how the game ends, so I know that it,
Landon, you want to go next?
was it Landon? Yeah, it is Landon's turn next.
Yeah, I can go. Sonic Chaos is fine. That's all I'll give it. It's not.
I like that the
the games.
you have to give Sonic Chaos this. It has the spin dash.
It does have the spin dash. I'll give it that much. But the spin dash is for babies who want free handouts out there in the world.
What?
And you know what? Some of us need to work for our momentum here in the 8-bit realm, and so
God damn it.
Listen, the Game Gear
Back in my day.
The game
Back in my Let's Plays.
The Game Gear games can have some wonky momentum, so having the spin dash is nice.
Whatever.
Landon is the boomer Sonic fan.
Landon, you're...
all the levels are too short for me to give a shit about using the spin dash. I'll say that.
That's true. I will admit that I'm not going to spoil it, but there's something about Landon saying the spin dash is for babies that want handouts that is so far removed from what his actual opinion is. We'll get there.
Anyway, baby spin dash game here in the up top. No, Sonic Chaos is fine as a game. Aesthetically, it's fine, and the music's fine. Some of the bosses are okay, but you were definitely talking about the Great Turquoise boss from Sonic Triple Trouble when you were describing that boss. There is a boss with a giant spring on it, but you don't. It doesn't have like little babies that come out.
You just have to spin dash on.
Yeah, you spin dash into it.
There's also the I don't know what they call that thing, but it was like that caterpillar thing with like the multiple segments that like is like throwing balls at you.
Yeah, that one's the second boss. So you got one right. But yeah, no. And if I remember right, this game has some wonky. Yeah, this is the game that has some pretty wonky special stages. I need it. Yeah, this is the one where like a lot of them are like maze-like levels that you have to go find the special stage in using some sort of special power-up. Like in the first one, where you have to use the rocket shoes, or like the bounce spring, or the special stages in this game, especially number 5, can go fuck itself. But in the end, it's a perfectly passable game, and I'm more willing to replay it than some of the other titles on this list.
Jack.
I haven't played this game, so
You just kind of
pass.
put it wherever.
Yep.
All right. Moving on, we are on number 14 is Sonic Generations 3DS. That got one more point that Sonic Chaos did. Landon put Generations 3DS in 10th. I put it in 14th, and so did Jack. So we're going to start with Landon, and then we're going to go to Jack and then me.
Mushroom Hill Act 2 is a great stage, and
God.
I forgot there was anything else besides that.
Oh my god. Go fuck yourself.
So...
To be fair, Mushroom Hill is a good zone.
Mushroom Hill is probably the best zone in this game, so... That's saying something, I guess. It's Sonic Generations, I guess, on the handheld, without any real handheld levels.
Representation. Except one.
You got Rush, I guess, but no Advance.
I guess you can sort of debate that Tropical Resort is supposed to be more based on the Colors DS version, like not Wii, but like there's no Game Gear representation.
No Advance, no Game Gear, none.
There's
yeah,
Radical
so
Highway,
it's...
I guess. That's kind of cool.
I guess that's cool. So yeah, Sonic Generations. I mean, 3DS is a passable experience to play. It has all the hallmarks of previous games without really representing the media that it's the platform it's supposed to be representing. It's just, it was a cheap tie-in for the main console variant.
It was so that Nintendo Sonic fans don't feel bad that they don't get a game.
Like me.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, I remember I considered getting this game to, like, tide me over because I didn't have a PS3 at the time when Sonic Generations came out. but I never did. I haven't played this game, but like I feel like this game is just like such a like the game I'm sure is fine, but like it just feels like such a massively missed opportunity to just kind of like pick zones from the console games instead of actually picking zones from like, you know, the Game Gear Sonic games or the Advance games or the Rush games. But yeah, that's all I really have to say.
So like this is the part of the list where like every game that we're going to talk about pretty much from here on out is one that I enjoyed quite a bit. Generations 3DS, I agree, it was a missed opportunity to represent the handheld side of things a lot better. I do, however, enjoy, despite the fact that it's almost pointless that we have modern and classic Sonic from a gameplay standpoint on this version, because they both just play side-scroller anyway. I do like the levels that they did actually make, because Green Hill is fun. I mean, they've done it like a million times, but it's still fun. Radical Highway is a pretty cool level. Casino Night is okay, I guess. I feel like Casino Night gets a little either overused, or I just don't like it. It appears too much more than I like it to be honest.
But you don't feel that way about Green Hill?
I don't feel that way about Green Hill. I don't know.
I
don't care.
I envy you. I'm so fucking sick of Green Hill.
I don't care for Casino Night. But I do like Mushroom Hill. Mushroom Hill is cool. And then the Water Palace level that they took from Sonic Rush, that was at least a nice nod. The levels are overall okay. I think, like they've said, they could have been better. But, I mean, from what they picked, they're alright. The bosses are okay as well. Yeah, it's an okay game. That's it. So we're gonna move on to our number. What is this? 13? Yeah, 13. 13. Oh boy, I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers here because this is pretty far down the list from what some people might put it. Sonic CD.
Oh boy,
Sonic CD is in 13.
It's a little too high for my liking.
with 13 points. I was the one that put it highest on my list. I put it in 10th. Jack put it in 12th, and Landon, you put it all the way down in 15th. So I'm going to start Sonic CD. I have both praised and trashed this game on numerous occasions. And I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say Sonic CD is a good game. But...
Oh, fuck, he said it, folks. Get him!
But here's my problem with it, before I get to the good stuff.
Okay. Before we kill you.
My problem is that the levels are often either a little too empty or a little way too cluttered. And it's like, it's not even cluttered in like a fun design space way. It's like a cluttered in like, what the fuck is going on? Who put all of this shit here? Did they just hire some kid who's like 10 years old to just throw set pieces everywhere? That actually happens in Palm Tree Panic. Like, they have bumpers and spikes in random ass places that make no sense. Same with Collision Chaos. The time travel mechanic is pretty good, but I think that it is severely hampered by the fact that unless you find like those special spots and levels where like they definitely designed this small stretch by putting two springs facing each other so you could travel in time, it is pretty difficult, especially in later stages, to actually build up the speed and the length of time that you need to keep that speed maintained to travel through time. But those gripes aside, I do enjoy the game. I think that the soundtrack for both versions, although the Japanese, I think the European version shares the Japanese soundtrack, is better. Unfortunately, that's not the version I played. But the US soundtrack is pretty good, and I like the level aesthetics, as weird as their set pieces might be. I do like a lot of the stages in this game. They're all pretty fun. The bosses are very unique, because in most of the old Sonic games, and in fact, in pretty much most of the most of the 2D Sonic games in general, bosses take 8 hits to beat. And this is one of the first Sonic games where they were like, nah, throw that out. We're gonna like make bosses that do weird shit, like having you fight Eggman underwater and he's got like a shield of bubbles and you have to fucking inhale all the bubbles and then you hit him one time and then he dies. But you also have to chase him all the way to where you're actually gonna fight him. You have to hit him a bunch of times on the way down. And then there's another one where like you're just basically like playing a fucking slot machine because you're bouncing around trying to hit him, and you get up to the top and you just hit him like 3 times really fast and he just flies off. That's Collision Chaos. Yeah, there's quite a few like interesting boss quote-unquote fights in Sonic CD. And while at first I didn't like the fact that they weren't like the standardized 8 hits, I generally appreciate the fact that they went to a different direction with it. The spin dash exists in this game. It's not great, but you can use it. The super peel out is something that is that was introduced in this game. It's not used often in the Sonic series, and it also exists in this game. I don't really see the point in using either one. Honestly, if you just run, you just kind of already have the momentum that you need. Like you can kind of make use of them, but like they're not really necessary. But overall, no, I like Sonic CD. I just think that it's sloppy. It's a fun game, but it's sloppy. Next person that's put it was Jack. So, Jack.
Hi.
Hi.
I LP'd this game.
You did?
I
sorry.
have mixed feelings about this game. I like it, and I like playing it, but I recognize and acknowledge that this game is not very good. Like, structurally, the level design is mostly bad. Like, it's just a giant cluttered mess. That's like, going to the past and destroying the robot generator. Like, it's a unique idea, and like, I generally enjoy doing it, but like, if someone doesn't enjoy that and they just want to run through the level straight to the end, it's just a fucking mess to get through, and it doesn't flow well at all. The best thing about this game is the Japanese soundtrack, and that's it. Not like that's the only good thing about it. Like, that's it. Like, I'm done. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, Landon, your turn.
Oh, boy. Oh, okay. Sonic CD is... Well, it's definitely a game that came out. I'll agree with that much. Has been said so far. It's a mess, and the mechanics aren't made to work well because of level design choices, and it's not fun.
All right,
It's just not fun.
So we're gonna move on to the next game, which beat Sonic CD by 3 points. We have Sonic Rush, which is another game that I put higher than everyone else. I put Sonic Rush in 12th. Actually, no, I did not. That was Jack that put it highest. Jack, you put it in 9th.
Fuck y'all.
I put it in 12th, and Landon put it in 11th. So, Jack, you can go ahead and talk about Sonic Rush.
Rush
He said
is
he
a
was
good
the
game.
top, but he was actually the bottom.
Oh. Rush is a good game. Fuck y'all. It's like not an amazing. It's not an amazing game. It's definitely like, boost to win, and the level design is like not the best, but like it's a fun game. Like it's you blast through it, you go really fast. Using both screens was a cool thing at the time. It has decent boss fights. The special stages are pretty fun. Blaze is cool. Yeah, it's a good game.
That's it?
Yeah. Oh, and Hideki Naganuma did the soundtrack, and the soundtrack is really good. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Landon, you put it in 11th.
Yeah, I like Blaze. Fuck the last Chaos Emerald. Once again.
Wait, what was that first thing?
I like Blaze.
Oh, you like Blaze. I think you said you like boys.
That's what I
like,
thought. That's what I thought.
And I'm like, okay, man.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but thanks.
Congrats on coming out.
Oh. No, I like playing as Blaze the Cat in Sonic Rush. There. Does that help clarify my statement?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, she's fun. Sonic's fine. The levels are pretty solid. The bosses are pretty fun. Yeah, fuck the last Chaos Emerald. Yeah, there. I think I'd check everything off in the boxes.
I do agree. Fuck the last Chaos Emerald.
Yes.
The
last Chaos Emerald.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few games where just fuck that last Chaos Emerald.
Yeah.
And this is
be
definitely
like that.
in that category. All right. Yeah, I'm good for now. Sonic Rush is good.
Okay. Sonic Rush. I enjoy Sonic Rush. I think it's a good game. I think that the DS Sonic games in general improve upon Sonic Rush. So I like, spoiler alert, I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure we've gone through like most of the things that, most of the games we've talked about so far on my list, except for like one or two. But Sonic Rush I like, but the thing is that it doesn't do what I like in this game as well as the two games that came after it do a better job. But it is fun. I like the trick system. The boosting is really fun, even if it is kind of brainless. The levels are pretty fun, and Blaze is actually a really fun character to play as. It's just that coming off of Sonic Advance Trilogy, where you get spoiled and there's like 4 or 5 different playable characters, and you're cut back to 2, and the levels aren't quite, in my opinion, as good as the trilogy before it. I think it's just a bit of a letdown. The soundtrack is really good, though. I don't care for the boss fights because I think that they take way too long. Like, they take a very long time to like be vulnerable to a hit, and they all take 8 hits. Like, they could have actually used this as a way to like be like, okay, let's not make the bosses all take 8 hits, because some of them are really annoying. Like, I remember one of the bosses late in the game that was the most brutal piece of shit that I had died so many times on. But yeah, other than that, it is a fun time. It's just, I think that the formula is done better in other games. But we're gonna move on to the next game in our list, which beat Sonic Rush by 2 points. And I'm gonna say the name of the game, and then I'm gonna give you a brief second to guess who probably put it highest on the list. We have Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
No,
for the Master System and Game Gear.
No, it's me.
It is Landon. Landon put it in 4th. And I put it in 15th, and Jack also put it in 15th. So we have one person who really loves this game, and 2 people who are lukewarm on it at best compared to other games. So we're going to give the guy who loves this game a chance to talk about why he likes it. So Landon, go ahead.
I hate this game. This game sucks.
Oh my god.
The levels suck.
The hang glider sucks.
The hang glider sucks. The second boss sucks. I like this game. Yeah, I enjoy this game. I thought about it when I was building the list, and I was like, you know what? I have fond memories of hating playing through this game, but, you know, enjoying my time with it. At the same time, is in that weird, awkward position. It also had been a couple years since I'd played it, basically since the DLP. It has the same issues that some of the other, specifically its prequel, the Sonic 1 8-bit has, where the screen is poo-poo if you play the Game Gear version, and that was the only version that came out here. until the Wii Virtual Console gave us the Master System version, which was the version I originally played, so that's why I probably have a better time with it than other folks. I enjoy that the first zone is underground zone, so it was like very different. Minecart level, that was fun. The music's okay. Bosses still suck because no rings. But much easier final boss than the first game, I'll say that. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, Sonic 2 8-bit. Yeah. Oh yeah, this game's not for babies. Alright, babies.
This game is not for babies.
All right,
It's not for babies.
Jack, your turn.
Well, I played it the other day to refresh my memory on the game because it had been a long time since I last played it.
And you wish you hadn't.
And the first zone was pretty good. Then I got to Sky High Zone. I got to the hang glider. Fuck that hang glider.
You were not Sky High.
Nah, fam. That zone can suck my nut. I never got any further than that, so don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm sure it's a fine game outside of the hang glider.
Yeah, once you get past the hang glider,
but
and you kill the penguin.
So I put it, I put it in the same spot as Jack. Sonic 2 8-bit. I guess the reason why it's just so low on my list is because I just like all the other Sonic games that are above it just more. It's all right. I enjoy it. Like Landon mentioned, there's no rings for the bosses, which really is probably like one of the biggest reasons why I don't care for this game as much as I wish I could. And that on top of the fact that you know how I said I like the fact that like some of the games have a spin dash. Well, this one doesn't, and it makes
It came out before it was invented.
I know, and the level design, while it is definitely better than Sonic 1 8-bit, there's a reason why this is multiple spots higher than Sonic 1 8-bit, because the levels are way better. It's just that it's basically otherwise just the mechanics and everything else feels like Sonic 1 8-bit, but it just does a better job. And I already didn't really care for Sonic 1 8-bit, so obviously I'm not really going to care for Sonic 2 8-bit since it doesn't really change much outside of the actual levels that you play. But it's pretty fun. I think Gimmick Mountain is a level in Sonic 2, right?
Yeah, Gimmick Mountains and level.
That's a fun one. I like that level.
It's the one with the CDs.
Yeah, CDs! That's basically all I wanted to say, though. It's okay. But there's a reason why it's so low on my list, and it's probably because I just wish that it was... I just wish that they could have given this game, like, 6 more months away, and they just could have just implemented a spin dash, maybe, I don't know. Okay, moving on to the next game on our list, we have, Sonic Rush Adventure. We're in our top 10 now, so we're about halfway through. Sonic Rush Adventure got 2 more points than Sonic 2 8-bit, and I'm probably the reason for that, because I put Sonic Rush Adventure in 3rd. Jack put it in 10th, so it's pretty high up on Jack's list, but Landon put it in 18th, which means that we have 3 very differing positions on this game. I'll start. It is no surprise to people who know me as a Sonic fan and my taste in Sonic games that I love Sonic Rush Adventure. And the main reason I love Sonic Rush Adventure is because it manages to implement quite a few things that actually it actually does pretty well. So like a lot of Sonic games, like they'll come out, they'll have a new gimmick or new like weird like new gameplay style, and it just fucking sucks. And while some people may still feel that way about the ship stuff in this game, I like the ship stuff. I think that the 4 different modes of travel between the islands are fun. I think that they add a little bit of extra gameplay and depth to the game. I know that some people may not like the fact that you technically have to replay levels in order to grind for materials in order to progress the story, but as Sonic games are meant to be played in a way that you get better at the levels, and the levels are so good in this game, I think that it doesn't really pose a problem for me. I enjoyed replaying the levels over and over, getting better at them, getting the materials to progress the game, and unlocking new levels. And there's also so many side levels that you can play. There's like a dozen and some odd, like dozen and a half, like side areas called hidden islands that you can unlock. Plus you have the 7 main zones of the game. Plus you have the segments where you travel between areas. And all of it is actually really fun. Sonic and Blaze are the 2 main playable characters again in this game, and while I complained that Sonic Rush had this, the fact that there's more varied gameplay here evens it out pretty well. The bosses in this game are really, really fun. I love the bosses in this game. If, like, they could make more Sonic games where the bosses are kind of like that, I would love it. Because, like, the first boss is a fucking T-Rex. And then there's a boss, like, later in the game where it's actually a behind-the-back perspective, so it feels 3D, even though it's, like, you're still technically moving on a left-right axis. And you have to, like, dodge its attacks, and then it, like, goes up to the top screen, and then you gotta, like, jump on a platform that, like, bounces you up. You hit it a bunch of times. It's so fun. The music, by the way, in this game is... I love it. It is so catchy. Sky Babylon is probably one of my favorite zones in the entire Sonic Rush series. If it isn't my single favorite, like, DS Sonic level, it's so good. But yeah, I think Sonic Rush Adventure just does a really good job at what it sets out to do, and I think that it manages to do the thing that Sonic games are typically bad at doing, which is implementing new gameplay experiences in a way that's still fun. And yeah, it's Sonic Rush Adventure. I spent a lot of time on it, and I enjoyed every minute of 100%ing the game way back when I did. And I went back to it recently, and I still have the same amount of fun with it. Jack, you had it in 10th. How do you feel about Sonic Rush Adventure?
I like it. It's pretty good. I like it slightly less than Rush because the boat and, like, jet ski and, like, water exploration shit kind of bogs the level, or, like, slows the game down a little bit. But otherwise, like, it's a fun game. I like it. It is, like, decent level design, and I can kind of remember the levels. I remember it less than the first Rush game, though, so... put the first one slightly higher, but
I'll admit
it's pretty good.
I think that's the reverse for me. It's interesting. Pretty good game.
It's pretty good.
Landon, you had it in second to last. Tell us how you feel about Sonic Rush Adventure.
I fucking hate it.
Damn.
I don't care for any of it. It makes me feel bad.
Does it actually?
What about it do you hate so much?
I don't like the boat. I don't like the smug robot on the cover. And I don't like having to replay levels in my linear platformer. And I just want to play it every level once and throw the game out. But other than that, it's a 10 out of 10.
Perfect video game.
Alright, so we're gonna end this video here. So this is gonna be a 2-parter because there's so much to talk about coming up with the next games. So that was our 19 through 10 of the Sonic 2D games ranked. Join us in the next one where we're gonna go over the rest of them. There's going to be some interesting games in interesting spots, so we'll see you there.